The Cresthaven Yacht Club. For as long as I could remember, the Cresthaven Yacht Club was my family's glittering domain. Nestled on the coast, its private marina, waterfront restaurant, and exclusive event spaces were where million-dollar deals were sealed over lobster bisque. I grew up here, trailing behind at regattas and galas, always the odd one out, the younger daughter who never fit in. My brother, Ethan, 37, was the golden child, Wharton-educated, a hedge fund manager, married to a pediatric surgeon, and a master of Cresthaven's elite circles. I was the black sheep. I left NYU after a year and a half, bounced between jobs, freelance graphic designer, bookstore clerk, event planner, and showed up to family events in thrift store finds, not Chanel. Today, I made the mistake of arriving for Saturday lunch in a denim skirt, linen shirt, and sneakers. My parents were at their prime Marina View table, sipping martinis. Mom spotted me, her lips tightening. "Lila, really?" she said, loud enough to draw glances. "You can't join us looking like that." I froze mid-step. Dad, a retired investment banker, adjusted his glasses. "This is Cresthaven, Lila. There's a standard. You look like you're headed to a flea market." Ethan emerged from the bar, impeccable in a navy blazer, holding a gin and tonic. "Lila, are you kidding?" he said. "There's a dress code."
"I'm aware," he replied evenly.
Dad stood, his 6 feet 3 inches frame looming. "This is unacceptable. My daughter, showing up in this? It's an insult to our family." "It's a skirt and a shirt," I said, crossing my arms. "You asked me to come." "We assumed you'd dress appropriately," Mom snapped. "This isn't a coffee shop." Ethan leaned in. "You're embarrassing us. Everyone's staring. Go change." "I drove 2 hours," I said. "Then you should have thought before leaving looking like you're delivering pizzas," Ethan retorted. Nearby, the Warrens, whose son went to Yale with Ethan, whispered behind menus. Dad waved toward the entrance. "Leave, Lila, before you make this worse." "No," I said, standing firm. "You're humiliating us," Mom hissed. "Your father's on the membership committee. Ethan's hosting the regatta, and you show up like this." I followed Dad as he stormed to the club's sleek glass antique lobby. He was at the front desk, telling a staff member, "My daughter's attire is inappropriate. I need her removed." The staff member hesitated. "Sir, if she's your guest." "She's not," Dad cut in. "Revoke her invitation." The manager, Neiman Marcus, late 40s, poised, appeared. "Mr. Carver, how can I assist?"
Dad pointed at me.
"Her denim skirt and sneakers violate the dress code. I want her escorted out." Elena glanced at me. "You're requesting we remove your daughter?" "Yes," Dad said. "I'm on the membership committee. Standards matter." "I understand," Elena said. "This is your formal request." "Absolutely," Dad replied. Mom and Ethan stood nearby, arms crossed. Elena spoke into her earpiece. "Security, to the lobby. Locate Ms. Carver." Dad nodded, satisfied. 2 security guards arrived, blending with the club's polished aesthetic. Elena returned with Margaret Voss, the club's director of operations, and my assistant, Sam, carrying a tablet. "Mr. Carver," Margaret said, "I understand you've requested intervention regarding a dress code violation." "Yes," Dad said. "If you need the owner, get them." Margaret nodded. "The owner is here. Ms. Carver, would you like to address this?" Dad blinked. "What?" Elena stepped forward. "Mr. Carver, Lila Carver is the owner of Cresthaven Yacht Club. She acquired it 10 months ago through Carver Ventures." The lobby fell silent. Dad's jaw dropped. Mom gasped. Ethan's drink nearly slipped.
"Impossible, that's ta merde."
Sam opened his tablet. The acquisition was finalized December 10th. The club faced bankruptcy mismanagement, declining memberships. Ms. Carver purchased it for $12.3 million, investing $6.8 million in upgrades, marina, dining pavilion, eco-friendly. Fueling station. Dad stared at the contract, trembling. "Lila, how?" "I worked at a bookstore 5 years ago," I said. "Then I consulted for struggling hospitality businesses, turned them around, and acquired properties." Cresthaven's my biggest. Elena added. Ms. Carver owns 12 properties across 4 states. This is her flagship. Ethan gaped. 12 properties.
13, Sam corrected.
We closed on a main in yesterday. Dad clutched the contract. Why didn't you tell us? When, Dad? I asked. At Thanksgiving, when you praised Ethan's deals. Or when you said I was finding my way? We were worried, Mom said weakly. You were ashamed, I corrected. Margaret cleared her throat. Miss Carver, shall I review the Carver family account? Yes, I said. She tapped her tablet. James and Eleanor Carver, primary members since 1995. Ethan, associate member since 2018. Ownership can terminate memberships for cause. Dad's eyes narrowed. What are you doing? I looked at them. Elena, what's cause for termination? Clause 8.2, Elena read. Harassment, conduct detrimental to the club's reputation, or undermining club values. Ownership has discretion. You demanded I be thrown out of my own club, I said. You called me an embarrassment.
We didn't know you owned it, Ethan said.
Would it have mattered? I asked. Mom's voice trembled. Lila, we made a mistake. Margaret noted, attempting to remove the owner warrants termination and committee removal. Dad paled. Lila, I'm in line to chair. You tried to have me escorted out, I said. Here's what's happening. Dad, your committee position is suspended. Mom, Ethan, your memberships are suspended for 60 days. Reflect on how you judge people. And if we don't? Dad asked. Permanent suspension, I said. Explain to your friends why you're not welcome here. Security guided them out.
Elena approached.
That was decisive. Members will talk for months. I need membership files, I said. Focus on dress code. Fairness. Of course, Elena said. Your investments transformed this club. I didn't stay for lunch. In my car, I sat, hands shaking. My phone buzzed. Ethan pleading, Mom blaming, Dad threatening legal action. I turned it off and drove to my loft, modern, with city views, not the studio they imagined. By Monday, 22 voicemails. Mom about Dad's health, Ethan about his reputation, Dad about bylaws. I met my legal team. Did I overstep? I asked. Rachel Lee reviewed the bylaws. You're within your rights, but suspending a committee member without a hearing could be challenged. Options? I asked. Fight and likely win but burn bridges, Rachel said. Or reinstate with conditions, apologies, policy reviews. Or sell the club. I'm not selling, I said. I bought Cresthaven to succeed my way. Then reinstate strategically, Rachel advised. I called Mom. I'll reinstate your memberships, I said. Conditions: apologize for judging my outfit, join a dress code review, respect my ownership.
We can do that, Mom said.
We didn't know your accomplishments.
You never asked, I said.
Your memberships are reinstated, I said. Apologies to Margaret by Friday. Dress code review next month. Thank you, Mom whispered. We want to understand you. The next Saturday, I wore the same skirt and shirt to Cresthaven. My family stood as I approached their table. Lila, join us? Dad asked. I nodded. They'd saved me a Marina View seat. We talked cautiously. Ethan said, I read about your main inn. It's stunning. You looked me up, I said, surprised. I wanted to know what you've built, he said. It's incredible. Mom touched my arm. We sent the apologies. We're proud, Lila. Dad nodded. Your strategy, reviving properties, is brilliant. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Members saw me in my denim skirt at the best table, and no one commented. They knew the woman in sneakers owned Cresthaven. My family was beginning to know her too.